You are watching Eswatini TV. Sibuko Semaswati.
There you have it, right place, right time to be. Hello and welcome, a beautiful morning, of course. We are live once again. We'll bring you anything that has to do with sports. And of course, some of the things to take center stage this evening. It is what was happening last week, Friday, when the head of government, the Prime Minister himself, announced a couple of sports that will be resuming its activities, that have actually resumed its activities today. We'll be looking at some of those sporting codes in light of what Eswatini TV sports crew was doing prior to the announcement by the Prime Minister to say what are the sports that do not carry so much threat to spread the COVID pandemic. We will look at it into that. We also look at some of the associations' reactions to the green light. They have been given a green light. What are they saying? What are they going to embark on since they have been given a direction to do so? Otherwise, prior to that, we'll be talking to one of the local dancing club where we'll look at some of the ins and outs about the club. I'll keep that as a surprise because prior to that, of course, we'll be talking to the main person in charge of the club. Susan Esteves is going to be in the studio, of course, to give that information pertaining to the club. Otherwise, Dindat Lamin, of course, will join me later into the discussion where we'll be talking about those associations, sporting codes that have been given a green light. Otherwise, you are going to be so much part of this show. An open line is going to be given to you so that you can interact with us. What do you think about the sporting codes that have been given a green light to proceed? What should they work on? And Sport Council has already mentioned that if they do not follow different precautions, of course, a line is going to be drawn, meaning they are going to be brought back into suspensions. Otherwise, if you just join us on School Journey, different platforms, those joining us on YouTube, of course, do not to hesitate to subscribe so that you're always part of this program. I'm already in the company of Susan Esteves. Here she's coming from Bailamos Studio, dance club. I would say it's one of the clubs that is well known in the Kingdom of Eswatini. Just that teaches people how to dance, and then I think they've got members. She will talk about that. Just to welcome you, Esteves, in the studio. Welcome for this program.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yes, Esteves. I think when just mentioning your name, Susan Esteves, I think for the viewers, they want to know. Where is she from originally? Of course, we're in the Kingdom of Eswatini, so we are up here. But where is she from originally? And then the background, and then we get to the sport itself, the dance we're talking about today.
Sure. I'm originally from Canada. Mm-hmm. My parents are Portuguese, so I also am of Portuguese descent. I've been in Swaziland for the past 7 years, and before that I was in Mozambique for 7 years as well.
So how is this Eswatini right now? 7 years, it's a long time.
It is. It is a long time.
All right.
Gani.
They have it. We can also have a conversation. So now, just look at the club. We talked about a club prior to this program. You were just giving me a few details about the club, just to give the viewer the perspective about this about this club, Bailamos Dancing Club. Last week we were talking to the president of a dancing association, and he was just giving us a background about the sport, some of the challenges. Tell us about the club. You've been in the Kingdom for 7 years. Mm-hmm. How old is the club, and why did you establish the club, and how many members do you have? And just tell us about the club itself.
Sure. Bailamos Dance Studio, we've been operating as Bailamos for about 4 or 5 years now. And what we do is bring social dance to communities, and as well as participate in competitions, competitive dance.
In competitive, yes.
It originally started when I first arrived in the country, coming from Mozambique, which has a very strong social dance culture. It's part of what they do kind of on a weekly basis. True. They go out and they dance together as couples. Men and women dance together, right. As opposed to sort of dancing in the club to music, to house music, for example. Yes. They dance as couples, as pairs. And when I arrived in Swaziland, I didn't find that. There was, of course, competitive dancing, which I joined. But being in Mozambique, and that's where I started dancing, actually. And having that as, it becomes your lifestyle.
True.
And you do that regularly. I was doing it 3, 4, 5 times a week, dancing. So to move to Swaziland and not have that, I felt that the country was missing out on something that was really beautiful and something that it really brings happiness to a lot of people. And so I, together with some of my contacts...
Maybe just to catch you, this is the club. The thing, I'm looking at the pictures. Maybe even if we can relate, these are some of the dancing moves that you do.
Yeah, so this was part of an initiative that we did for International Women's Day. It was an initiative started by the World Kizomba Project, which is based out of Europe. And what they did is bring together clubs from all over the world. And they put together this choreography that women in hundreds of cities around the world were doing on International Women's Day. So this was the group that we had here of women from around Swaziland. And we did this to raise funds for women's gender-based violence, for abuse, yes.
This was at Sibebe Resort, if I'm not mistaken.
Was, yes.
Yeah, I can see the background. Right. Now, maybe just to look at, from the pictures I was also looking at, you highlighted that it's just a female-based, your club, it's just female-based.
It's not. No.
You've got also the it's gender, you've got also male.
Yes, we teach from children, from age 5 all the way up to adults. It's for boys and girls, men and women of all ages.
Yeah.
Because it's the dances that we teach are partner dances. It's generally a man and a woman, but sometimes it's also a woman or girls together with girls, particularly for the younger ages.
We're going to get maybe into the objectives of the club, but before maybe we leave the background about your club and what you try to achieve. In terms of maybe, some of the initiatives you've done, you talked about how you're raising funds to support women who are being abused and all those things. Have you participated in any international competition to represent the country maybe?
As our club, we have not as yet, although this year we do have plans to do so if competitions are able to continue still this year. But my partner, he has competed internationally, and last year we participated as teachers at an international dance festival in Mozambique. So that's been.
So you have a partner that you run the club with?
Yes.
So in terms of members, how many are you so far?
This year we had quite a few. I would say that we were somewhere around, counting all of the students, because we also teach, we have a kids dance school as well, and we teach in different schools around Baban. It was in the hundreds of students that we had. So... yeah. So
right. Esteves, you run a club. You have a partner. You run the club with. You guys have an objective. I think you've got a target. It's a sport. Yes, you've got a market and everything. But what are the objectives that you're trying to come up with as a club, and then what are the initiatives that are behind that?
Basically it's to facilitate the growth of dance in Swaziland, and to help people, to encourage people to discover dance, because it's for many people, myself including, it can change your outlook on yourself and on life, and it helps you to enjoy life more. It has immense physical and mental health benefits. It's social. A lot of people who dance regularly, they call the other members of the clubs their family. It's their dance family. It's communities around the world that you can travel anywhere in the world and you join that family immediately because you're a dancer.
I will just request from the crew, the producer, just to bring back the pictures. There you have it. I wanted to just take note of something that I saw from the pictures. Pertaining to who joins and then the moves that you make. Everybody can join. I think
everybody
I want to know if you don't have, because I'm looking at the dress code here first. I'm looking at the I don't want to use the word some with different bodies, but the ladies in the pictures that we're watching right now, they seem seemingly, wow, this is a beautiful picture. The ladies in the pictures, they seem to be same size, same height. Was it a pic that was done intentionally, or this is how maybe the club should look like?
No, not at all. I mean, for us, dance is for everybody. I mean, a toddler dances as soon as they start walking. You see videos on YouTube of 90-year-olds dancing. There are beautiful disabled dancers, and we have done some initiatives with disabled dancers in Swaziland as well. Dancing is for everyone. It's for anyone who wants to, and for everyone. There are really no restrictions whatsoever. And we would certainly encourage everyone to try it.
There you have it. I think I will take my time and join. Now, COVID-19 is here as a pandemic. I think everyone has been affected as we speak. You have been affected, of course, under the Dancing Association. As a club, you mentioned the missions that you had as an association, the plans and all those activities. Tell us about how you've been affected as a studio, as a club.
Yeah, it's been very difficult. We stopped all of our activities mid-March and haven't done anything since. We continue to receive calls from people asking when we're going to resume, but until we have the green light, we can't. Yeah, it's difficult. I mean, I personally, I have a job that I do during the day, and the teaching that I do is in the evenings, but my partner lives from dance. He's a full-time instructor in the different schools that we run and the schools around Baban and in the evenings as well. And there are other people around Swaziland who also live from dance, so it's very, very difficult. It's a very difficult situation.
And then I think maybe you've answered my question to say who's eligible to join the studio. You mentioned that everyone is allowed, but maybe in terms of how are you accessible? Like, where do you run your training sessions? Of course, currently under the current situation, you're not working, but where do you run your your trainings? And is there a fee to partake? You to be part of your trainings training sessions? Just give us a bit of information that.
Yeah, we are basically a mobile studio in terms of the lessons that we hold for adults. The Kids Dance School is based in Baban.
Where exactly in Baban?
It was running at the Portuguese Club.
True.
Yes. The adult classes we were holding at the Portuguese Club as well, and then also in Eswatini and Matsapa and Malcurrents.
When you say adult, which means from which age? Starting from what age group?
Even from 18, 19, and until we've had members that are in their 50s and 60s. It's a broad range, and it's a very nice environment because everybody's together and they're doing the same activity together, and that's what the common point that is.
And I think maybe we can jump to your favorite topic, Let's Dance Eswatini. Tell us about that and the ins and outs, the review. What would you say about the Let's Dance Eswatini?
It was a great event. It was I think really one of the highlights of my sort of dance career and my time in Eswatini. We had a fabulous group of celebrities that participated. The dancers that we had were fantastic. The whole team was really great. I mean, it was certainly
I think I can do this.
Challenging. Yes, this was our opening number. It was challenging. It was very difficult, but it was really fantastic to see how committed everybody was, and that was what I'm truly grateful for. Is the time commitment was demanding.
Right.
Yeah.
I think
they did a great job.
Yeah, witnessed the broadcast, and I think I wanted to find out maybe how long did it take for the presentation, the time, and all those things, because you meet a new partner, then you have to dance and prepare for all that time. So all the things that you have to prepare. Is it a daily routine, or you just meet? And because I'm looking at this is a crew. The lady and the guy. How long did it take them to make this full session incomplete?
We were training for, originally it was meant to be 2 months. We had to change the date, so it was extended to 3 months, and they were so committed. It was fantastic. They were training 2, 3, and near the end 4 times a week. 4 times a week. Yeah, and for 3 months, and it was I didn't expect that commitment from the celebrities, and it was really heartwarming. Actually, it was.
I think just for watching from that video, I think that's part of the reason maybe dancing was not highlighted among sports that were given a green light to proceed, because there's so much contact. That is one of our colleagues, of course, from Eswatini TV, John Perez, doing it at his base. And of course, wow, what a move. Now, maybe want to say, pertaining to this sport, and then I think it's what maybe one want to understand, isn't it much of a recreational sport more than anything? Because there's competition, of course, there's rewards, but what makes it, because I think maybe you can bring a better explanation. Of course, the president did explain, but there's a bit of a recreational than being a sport itself.
Yes, so we do both. We do train people for competition, and then we also have lessons just for recreational dance. So along with those lessons, we would have basically dance parties every couple of weeks, where we would go to different bar or restaurant or somewhere around Eswatini, and we just get together. All the dancers come, we put on music, and we dance, and it's a nice evening out. You maybe have dinner and drinks, and we dance. And so that's the lifestyle part of it.
Of course, looking at specific and of course also making moves there for my colleague. Now, let's talk about now any other dance moves that you're allowed to do, because I think there are categories. You're not only focusing on one specific dance move. You've got how would I put it? You've got different moves. The one would say the well-known moves. One would say there is the hip hop dance, there is the what dance, but you've got different moves, and I think it's under also what the club is trying to achieve. What are those moves? And depending maybe how often do you dance, or you look at a person and say, you know what, I think your body will fit this dance. How do you put me if I'm a newcomer?
You know what, it's for the social dancing, for the recreational dancing, we teach kizomba, salsa, bachata, and
so this one is?
This is cha-cha.
Cha-cha.
Oh, sorry, this is jive. Yes, they did a jive.
This is jive.
Yes.
So you have to. Which one is easier?
So.
Because I'm confused. These
are the Let's Dance Eswatini were based on the ballroom and Latin dances.
Okay, yes.
So those are more the competitive dances.
All right.
But the other dances that we teach are purely recreational.
All right.
Yeah.
So it also takes time to train for that. Now, I think also giving us maybe lastly 2 questions before you leave us, giving us maybe some of the challenges that you think, in your opinion, that is faced by the association, the dance industry in the country. What do you think is the challenge? Maybe together first, do you think there is talent in the country? You've been here for 7 years now, and I think you've trained more than 100 or 200 people. Do you think we have talent when it comes to this sport?
Absolutely, there's an exceptional amount of talent in Eswatini. I mean, the clubs are there. I think.
And then, sorry to bring you back. Well, what is this move now? Because I don't think it's relevant to the previous one.
No, so they could choose they did 2 dances. One of the dances had to be a ballroom and Latin dance, and then the second dance was a style of their choice.
Oh, this is a style of their choice.
Yes, so they decided to go
like
Afro.
The likes of Bovosho and all those things.
Yes, exactly.
Which is
They
totally
decided
different.
to go Afro.
This is Afro. Now, let's talk about, yes, you're telling us about the talent in the country and what you think about the sport in the country.
I think the challenging thing about dance that people who are interested, especially if they want to pursue it professionally or at least competitively, is it takes an incredible amount of commitment and persistence. And I think people maybe don't realize that initially. Yeah.
Do you think we can be at a stage where people can do it professional, full time?
Absolutely. We have professional dancers in this country, and so now we just need to build more.
All right.
Yes.
I have got colleagues who wish to be part of your clubs. Are you welcoming them?
More than welcome.
More than welcome. All right, I'll be giving you the names. Thank you very much for joining us, Susan Esteves, of the way from Balamos Dancing Studio, just giving us an overview about the club. How long has it been in the country? Of course, she mentions that she got here back 7 years ago, and then she's been running this club. If you just want to join the club, and of course, don't hesitate. You can always contact this station, Eswatini TV. Then we direct you maybe to Esteves. Esteves, how can they get you through your number? Maybe just give them your number if you.
Sure.
Yes.
7673 7277. We also have a website and a Facebook page. much.
76737277. That's the number you can get Susan Esteves, the head of the Balamos Dancing Studio, to give you all the details. Otherwise, we're taking a short break. When I come back, I'm going to be with Linda Dlamini, our in-house analyst, where we look at the sporting activities in the country, especially the sporting codes that have been given a green light. But to leave you, this is Albert Mhlanga, the Golf Union president in the country, reacting to the green light they have been given as an association to proceed. Take a look at this.
Kakhulu nje sibonge nje uhulumende lokuthi nje emva kwalesikhathi sa 3 months asicabangele ukuthi igalofa nayo sala iba one of the sports ukuthi ivulwe. Siyati kona ukuthi simo la bhekene naso uhulumende simatima. Inkinga nje lokuthi nje mo golfers lokho nje ukusevalekile bengakhona ukuthi nje ati photo thule nato njengalabanye labajimajimako. Si union nje sithi nje asimbonge uhulumende ukuthi nje asala asivulela ukuthi siqhubeke negalofa kanye nalamanye ke ma sports la non contact. Kodwa ke siyathi kona ukuthi kumele sicaphelisise sihambe ngayo lemgomo ya le COVID-19. Si union ke sitawuda siqiniseke ukuthi onke lama golf clubs aya compile to la regulations a COVID-19, especially low social distancing, sanitizing, na temperature konke sitawuda siqiniseke ukuthi ke lama golf clubs konke lokho kuyenteka. Still an early stage kwamanje lesi bakhulule kona ama golf clubs ukuthi nje aqhubeke kona ente lama local competitions abo laba wenta weekly bangaqhubeka nawo. Si union satake sibonisane ukuthi ke possible yini ukuthi singawa stage in ama open tournaments ngoba wona ke a bit complicated ngobe ikudlala langa lonke. Sibone ukuthi nje singakhona yini ukuthi siwafake nawo while ukuthi singaze siphulele imithetho ya COVID-19. Kwamanje sisethe siqiniseke ukuthi sitawena njani kodwa sisatabonisana kulama tournaments lamakhulu national.
They have it, Albert Mhlanga, of course, reacting to the permission that was, of course, announced last week Friday by Prime Minister Ambrose Dlamini, giving some of the sporting codes a green light to proceed. Those are the sports that presents, less, or one would say, totally almost 0% of, spreading the coronavirus pandemic. Of course, if you just joined us, we are live. This is Monday's program, Temidlalo, and of course, if you are just joining us on YouTube, this is your time. I'm already in the company of Linda Dlamini, our in-house analyst.
Fabrice ngiyabonga sibalwami leli thuba lekubala ngikuthuba lokukhuluma mfisela malwelo viewers ekhaya.
Yes, I mean, thank you very much for Eswatini TV, the entire Eswatini TV and the Eswatini TV sports team specifically. We embarked on a journey about 3 weeks or a month ago, where we looked at some of the sporting codes, almost all the 31, one would say, under the sport concept to look at, would see. Do they have a chance to return? Do they have, challenges? Do they present a contact way? Maybe one would say, they present, much chances would say, banganzisa lichiwan. Sibogila manyima sporting codes, and some of them we've seen they have returned, and we've said vele they do not present a chance. Singashogutsi si idlalinzima. Ngicela kubonga Dlamini ukuthi nawo so idlalinzima ukuthi vele uvete inanzaneni opinion yakho ukuthi some of the sporting codes you think they should be given a green light, and they have returned some of them you've mentioned.
Fabrice singabonga yena hulumende wambube ukuthi finally ema sports bese so yawabhisa abona ukuthi sangakhona ukuthi aqhubeke lamanye awo. Lengicaba ukuthi yes ukhuluma ngeSwazi TV Sports, Eswatini TV Sports ledlala inzima lenkulu kakhulu. 4 weeks to be precisely. Bokhuluma nga 2 to 3 weeks. Ngicaba ukuthi Fabrice vele si wa discuss incumbi yala ma sports sabakhulumisa nalabantu basho labanye bathi abasiko ready babona nolusi bona because bama contact sport bangeke basheshe babuye lamanye asho athi bona balungele ukuthi babuye wasese uyabona ke uhulumende ukuthi kungcono lamanye ake abuye nyalo lamanye ake eme lencaba ukuthi nawabuka ucishe onke lama sports ukukhuluma ngabo angling ukhulume ngabo athletics ukhulume ngetennis ukhulume ngalawo ma sports lawo onke uyabona ukuthi vele kumele lusa abuye because awasema contact sport.
There you have it. Of course, as I mentioned before the kick off the program, of course, I highlighted that as if you are allowed to be part of this discussion, of course, the line is going to be shortly on your screen and you're going to be part of the discussion. You just take your phone and make a call and be part of this discussion. Express your view. What do you think about the sporting cause that have been opened by government to proceed? And what do you think they will do first? And what do you think maybe they have as an advantage? Just any opinion or suggestion that you might have. Now, let me quickly we'll just go through some of the sporting causes that were picked, and then we also look at what we had said. Golf, we just heard from Albert Mhlanga. I think for countless occasions, Master Sakulmanga Galuva, but I would want to highlight that we had a problem when we kept on mentioning some of the sporting areas. I mean, my golf courses, we highlighted they should listen to what government was saying then. We're not saying they're a problem, but government had said everyone should just shut down, stop everything. But some of them, they kept on playing. We're not saying that they present signs with lomkhuhlane, but we were saying follow the instruction. But they were included among the sports who returned. But we thank them at the end they listened and some of them stopped.
Fabrice ngicabanga ukuthi njoba sisho besingayindele ukuthi mhlambe begaluva sesibashala enzanyenini sesifuna kuba limada umsebenzi wethu la ukuthi lo lokwenteka kule ngaphandle ekhaya bakwadi kubi noma kuhle but labantu laba lekhaya bakwadi ngicabanga ukuthi igolf yachubeka vele yadlala even nange lockdown yasase igcina lapho khona seyifike seyiyema sebabonile lokuthi serious and Eswatini TV Sports bekuya expose ngicabanga ukuthi balalela bayekela nyalo ke uhulumende sovulile uvumile ukuthi babuye ngicabanga ukuthi nabo vele saba discuss ukuthi abasiyo contact sport if batolanzela the right measures but ukhona ukuthi ba sanitize tonke letinvuku labadlala ngato siyeva nje kusasa kungenteka lapha labalamba abantu bahambe bayo fumigator lapha babane club itonke letinvo leto tindlela labalungiselela ngato labakhomba ngato ukuthi ba ready ukuthi bangabuya abadlala.
And of course we heard what Albert Mhlanga said, Master, pertaining to Igaluva. But now Buga Igaluva, Master, I think they even have a chance because when you play golf, at some stage you're not allowed to make to break silent. You just keep quiet. When your partner is playing, you keep quiet. That's one sign one would say it's positive. You don't say a word. If you kept on your mask, you don't say anything. Even the virus cannot spread. That's one. Two, the distance by maintain. If you want to look at how they stand, and then keep on having your own equipment, they can ensure that everyone is safe.
Fabrice ngicabanga ukuthi so tibalile vele letinvo now igolf ngicabanga ukuthi one sport lesingafuni vele ukuthi umuntu omphatamise awusonzeli nakadlala nayidlala le golf anayishaya le bhola yakhe awukhulumi njengoba soshilo ukuthi sikhona isikhathi lapho khona ngingakavumela ukuthi uba ngikhona umsindo ngikhulumele etulo ngicabanga ukuthi vele bona abasile sport lesinebungodi and nasekudlalwa ke vele lapha even nalabo khedi babo sonzeli kakhulu eceleni kwabo uyema nje lo mumvu atisethele kahle ibhola yakhe atinike isikhathi ayedva kude umvu lomphathamsako bese soyashaya ngicabanga ukuthi vele bekumele ukuthi government abavumela abanike go ahead.
Another sport of course that was given a green light was angling. Some of them like calling it fishing, Master, but still maybe another question one would want to find out would see how is it a sport, but they are a sport. Angling, they don't present so much a challenge. They are not a sport that can also spread easily. Now, Buga Angling, Master, you also have your own equipment. You are one or two people, maybe in the same sport, one can stand far from the other. We are at a dam, zama ukutfola nayo fish, you throw your own equipment, you can even be in a small boat. Singasho ukuthi ka-official nje ukubuka ukuthi they're a sport, ngasho ukuthi they are on a right line now in terms of being safe.
Yes, Fabrice, nabuka ukuthi i-angling mhlambe labaningi vele banjengoba soshilo bajwayele ukuthi fishing kudweba ngesiswati tinhlanti. Ngicabanga ukuthi lapho nabo bagibele kulo skepanyana sabo kungagibela abamfula ababili lolo taba achuba leskepe noma lolo tabe ashayela leso skepe bese sekuba nalona lo tabe adlala. Ngicabanga ukuthi lokho kuyayenda isense. Most of the time ngelabanye uyathola ukuthi nangabe action kakhulu seba khwicela amabhloko bangena ngetinyawo. Ngicabanga ukuthi lokho avoid bangangeni ngaleti nyawo bangene lapha beme ngaleti nyawo lapha phasi kungene nje two abantu la kuleskepe sabo adwebele lomunye bese sekuniketwana lama chance naso leskepe sabo ngiyabelieve ukuthi batabe basifuthile batabe basinethayizile kumcuka lo nakhona ke angling umuntu usebenzisa lidweba lakhe ngicabanga ukuthi naloko yinto lenhle but sita discussa kahle kuleli viki litako nasesibatholile nakhona baka angling.
All right, there you have it. Now, for the viewer, just if you didn't know, athletics also was included among the sporting codes that was given a green light. Master was once an athlete. So, Master, I'm confused. Athletics, you can keep the distance. But just take me through the chances, maybe the tiniest chances of someone contacting, I mean, we're at the starting point. We don't, we have to avoid the contact and all those things. Take us through quickly before we move on to special athletics.
The Fabrice the more special relay ngaveta even before ngathi more special bo relay ngicabanga ukuthi lokho kumele ukuthi bakubuke indlela labangayisebenta ukuthi nangabe kule relay sekumele kuniketwane letinzi kwenziwa kanjani and nangabe batsanitizile leto tinzi lo unifake ama gloves invele ngicabanga ukuthi tonke letinvo leto kudzinga ukuthi batinake bathi nje ama athletics now akusiyo sport lesingasho ukuthi si contact sports akusiso contact sports even nangala kuqaleni lama starting blocks because kuyabanjelwana lama starting blocks kudzinga ukuthi nakhona lapho bacaphele ukuthi akubanjelwana ngicabanga nakhona batayithola indlela yiyo.
Cricket, Master, what do you think about cricket quickly?
My favorite sport, I must say. Cricket ngicabanga ukuthi nakhona sasidiscussa wetha vice president wakhona la Delisa wakhuluma ukuthi i-cricket ayisiyo contact sport, ayisiyo vele contact sport but siyathi ukuthi kuba ma teammates la latsenza le cricket ball because le nayijika le fast bowler noma le spinner nakajika nje lo bowlako ayincaka le wicket keeper ngalosuka afake ama gloves akusi contact sport ayila tandleni direct ngicabanga ukuthi tonke letinvo labadlala ngato nato batabe sanitizile.
Next in line of course it's cycling, but I think Master, in the interest of time, I think what applies for athletics almost applies for cycling. Starting point and all the things, it's about racing and the distance, so it applies maybe in the interest of time to say those that is almost the same. Horse riding, equestrian federation, horse riding, maybe that's another issue. You can't be on a horse that I was on. So those are also some of the chances.
Fabrice nakhona lapho ngicabanga ukuthi info le bangayicikelela kakhulu base nakhona ngicabanga ukuthi umuntu amunye angasebenzisa lahash lakhe linye ngalelo langa kungathi lo munye agibele because lamatomu lo wabambako lo kubambako nakhona uyakubamba ngale tandla. Ngicabanga ukuthi nalapho batabe batendile taba ukuthi ku sanitize ngicabanga ukuthi nayo horse riding IC contact sport because lo muntu ugibela yedwa lash lakhe a race nangabe ba race abende lokulaba kwendaba ngicabanga ukuthi nakhona lapho sport lesikahle ukuthi sibe singabuya vele.
Shooting, Eswatini Rifle Association, I don't even want to touch on shooting on its own. It's a scary sport. Master, you don't even try to be close to someone who has the equipment. So on its own, let's understand that it's a safe sport. On its own, let's just move on. Tech ball. I think this is another sport, Master. I think you play a huge role, but maybe just for the sake of the time, and we have someone who will be speaking on behalf of Tech Ball. Let's move on now. That's lastly before we take some of the interactions from the association. That's what do you think about that?
That's nakhona lapho sayikhuluma Fabrice basho nala by that association ukuthi batawenda show ukuthi le that sport lokulabajika kuko kunechelelana lokukhulu kakhulu. In fact wazwabekisa wathi kungenteka kuyenzeka ukuthi nangabe ang3 leli lamkhathini ingadlala umove lokusho ukuthi itawudlala munye lamkhathini bebede umove then lesithathu kudlala umove ngicabanga ukuthi tonke letinvo leto nalamadats even naloko madatsi ke lokuthi labakuphathako labakujikako nakhona lapho umove utawuphatha kwakhe kusanitiziwe nakhona nalabadlali batayo bahloliwe lapha eminyango bahloliwe ama temperatures basanitizwa ngicabanga ukuthi nakhona prior to that kudinga ukuthi bonke labadlali balamadatsi babahlalise mhlambe endzaweni inye bababuke lo babatest lo ukuthi bedeni kahle kahle leligciwane.
They have it now, of course, among about all those 10 sporting codes that were given a green light to proceed. When you talk about 10, we talk about almost all those that we've gone through. Some of them, of course, we're not going to give them, all of them, the platform to react. We just give you about 5 today to react, to give you some of the reactions. Maybe next week we'll also come back with other 5. Some of them that have given a reaction to their green light. To begin with, tennis, through their president, Maxwell, who is the Eswatini Tennis Association. He's got something to say pertaining to their permission and what are they going to begin working on. And of course, he will touch on some of the things pertaining to the funds that they have received. This is Maxwell Jele from Eswatini Tennis Association.
Uthanza kwendlulisa nje kubonga kakhulu kuye uhulumende wembube lokuthi uhambe wagcine asithethe lesinqumo sokuthi ema non contact sports sekangabuyela achubeke adlale. Nanathi ke kuveta nje singibaka tennis lokuthi lokhu kusijabulisa kakhulu. Ngicabanga ukuthi nangaphosisi tinyanga letimbili setendlulile sasifaka sicelo kuye uhulumende through i-National Sports Council la saveta nanathi khona ukuthi singibaka tennis nje uma satiwa nje ukuthi vele le sports sethu si non contact besicela lokuthi simane sivunyelwe ukuthi sibele emuva kuma tennis courts sidlale. Sibele emuva nje njoma uhulumende sakasinikele lemvumo akusho lokuthi sengithela wayeka njoma sibuyela nje emuva vele sto observe nje kakhulu ema stipulations nema regulations lesiniketwe wona ngu-WHO kanye nanayo uhulumende wembube. Sitimisele ke singibaka tennis lokuthi konke lokuthi kufute ukuthi sikwende sivele sichubeke sikwende. Ngikhuluma nje nyalo nguye mhla ka13 ema clubs ethu lamanyenti sesivele seswatisile ngetindlela tethu letitsite ukuthi sekangalungiselela kuchubeka nanayi activity ikakhulu nje i-training lekungiyo lebese seyimile. Si executive ke bese sesivele sesitsinzene lokuthi kuleli viki leli sitobiyele emuva sibukete i-calendar of events yethu sibukete nanawo ama-events nema-tournaments lesingakhona lokuthi mhlawumbe sale sisesiwalungiselela. Kungasiko ke lokho kuphela siphindze sibukete nato letinfo letifanele lekufute ukuthi sithi provide ikakhulu kukhunywa ngawo nje lama-thermostat lokuthi lokuchecka ama-temperatures abo badlali nekusanitizer nalokuya kubona nje ukuthi ema-clubs labuyele emuva nyalo vele siyagcizelela kwekuthi let us make sure that we fully adhere to lawo ma-regulations lakhona. Ngekubuketa kwethu njengoba le announcement nje ndunankulu sekayendile sibona ngazuthi kule nyanga lesikuyo lo July ngalokuthi sesibuketa cishe 2 noma 2.5 weeks losele kule nyanga sitobakhutsata abadlali ukuthi sale babiyela kuma tennis courts bakhone kujima. Sibaveteleke nalo ukuthembisa lokuthi nakaqala lo August emva kwe-AGM sekuvele kukhona ema-tournaments noma ema-events latsite lese sesivele sesiwalungiselela.
Maxwell Chere, Eswatini Tennis Association president, of course, giving us a reaction. Now, he's not the only person to highlight his excitement and what they're going to work on. There is Kenneth, the captain of the Mbabane Club Golf. He also has got something to say pertaining to the green light that have been given. Here is Mr. Kenneth.
Sijabule kakhulu Taribo asithande nje ukuthi sibonge kuhulumende ngaphindze mina as captain wasembabane ngitibongele kulama golfers ngokuthi abeketele ngale sikhathi lesi sisemisiwe abambisane nahulumende lokho ukuthi sonke sibe inhlanganisela ekulweni nale sifo lesihlasele kangaka. So sijabule kakhulu ukuthi igaluva seyibuyile and siyatibongela kakhulu. And njengemidlali nje wegaluva awu siyajabula kakhulu mamasela abese umila athengikwanga lokuthi bese kude la singashumisa khona so siyatibongela. Imbabane Golf Club beyivele ime ngemumo sime ngemumo ukuthi golfers angahamba ayodlala lesikwendile kunele kuphuma lesimemetelo ngalesihlanu savele sacala sagijima lempela sonto lena besolo sigijima setama kwenda kona ukuthi emalungiselelo kube ngilancomekako kube ngilawo futhi lata wenda ukuthi abantu labafika kwembabane Golf Club bakhona ukuthi baphephe bathi noma badlala babe baphephile nje ngikhuluma nawe nje nyalo Taribo kukhona abantu lesi bacelile ukuthi basifumigate the whole golf club ba fumigate kunala kuhlala khona kusho mathuluzi benda lo msebenzi lo nyalo enyalo njena emasingi bawa connecta emandi ngoba sibone ukuthi ngcono singede sendele ukuthi kutoba melula lokusebenzisa letindlu so simengemumo sikhiphe ke simemetolo itolo ebusuku ukuthi kusukela lamhlanga 11 o'clock imbabane Golf Club itabe seyivuliwe ngalokusemthethweni.
And of course, measures are being taken by different sporting codes. The next in line is cricket, having highlighted, of course, the Vice President's name here on the studio, Dennis Malinga. He also mentioned something pertaining to the overview, but maybe just to hold on to that, we will get back to him. But there is also other sporting codes that we can talk about. There's pool. Pool, of course, has also something to say pertaining to their return. This is a pool association, Mr. Muntu, highlighting to their return.
Singabaleka kulabo laba sebangakhululeka ukuthi badlale besivele sikulungiselela ku background lokuthi ngoba be start lokuthi sima non contact sports besitilungiselela ku background lokuthi nangendeka abazivulele ukuthi sidlale yini lekutamela sikulandzele silibandla ke vele njengoba sasikhululile ehulumende badlali sithi abakhululeke baye kuma game rooms but provided lama conditions leswasethile ayamitheka lokufaka ekhathi nje ukuthi kude umdlali lotongena egame room angakafaki imask ngokucala lokho kude lodlala etafuleni lelingasanitize kude lodlala ngendvuku lengasanitize and siyabakhuthatha lokuthi nangabe possible ngilo umdlali atame kuba nendvuku yakhe but lapho khona eteya yakhe vele before by exchange by sanitize imachoki ke vele affordable kuthatha ukuthi umdlali ngilo yabe nechoki yakhe so that vele staw minimize whatever lokungahle kwenteke banikati bema game room ke vele siyakusatha lokuthi vele nabangena labadlali la ngekhathi le nombolo igatseke ukuthi inganani yalaba labangena la ngekhathi so that i-social distance itonakeka nekuthi ibe khona i-sanitizer nabangena la ngekhathi bakhona ekusula tandla sitawutama lokuthi vele le mthetho lebekwe nguhulumende si comply. Yes, but in terms of teams sisatohlangana silibandla ukuthi going forward ngoba teams anale problem ukuthi one ukuthi abadlali labaningi phindze bese kudane ama-fans ukuthi sitawukwenta kanjani lokho lokuthi still is comply noma kudlala team satometer silibandla communicate. Two ke kunema region la vele adlala kanzi kunema sponsors njengamanzini region nje nelubombo bese bebavele badlala base baphazamiseka lekudzingeka ukuthi kwendeke nyalo kudzinga ukuthi bakhulumisane nema sponsors before babuyele kudlala ngoba nayo sponsors nema expectations ezisifakele imali kuze kuba nabaqala bahambe kanye bangashiyana. Shose nje kuleli viki lesikilo ngoba sinawo lama guidelines labhalwe phansi stabe so distributor to the regions and teams lama guidelines la mele alandzele nayo kuma game rooms and then kusukela next week sebangacala baye badlali ematafuleni sebamitha lama requirements lasethiwe.
Thank you very much, Muntuli. I mean, of course, having highlighted prior that this is a sport that is famously known to be played in public places, where especially it's in area of, one would say, where there is the sale of alcohol. But now this is a chance for them to prove that they can proceed without all those activities. Next in line, it's cricket. This is Dennis Malinga from Cricket Association, also expressing his view on their return.
Kakhulu ngoba phela ingwenyama lokuseyisivulele ukuthi sibuyele sibonge nayo Eswatini television Temidlalo ukuthi phela nabo basikhulumele nathi si cricket sichaze ukuthi vele it's non contact sport sifokotile nje kakhulu lesingakusho ngenyalo ukuthi ke iboard vele isatawuhlangana ihlanganise inamaphepha thite noma ke kubonisana ukuthi phela nayi imithetho lebekiwe nguhulumende ukuthi kufuna siyilandzelele kufuna ke ukuthi siyilandzelele office sigcine office iphindze futhi nakho kutoti inkundla temidlalo lapho sitawudlalela khona kanye nasejimini phela kubonakala ukuthi bo social distancing ne ku fumigator sichele konke le kufuna ukuthi sichele ukuthi kuyenteka yini kwekucala nje from the top of my head sesingasho ukuthi ke sicwayise noma ke nebatali labaye bathanze ukuthatha abantu ababo baye ku-net facility bafike khona ba-practice khona singacela nakubo ukuthi njengoba sisengakhululi nanathi si-association sisengahlangani ukuthi nje abayi-observe le social distancing bahlale banayo noma ngabe bayi-family bahlale banawo nalawo ma-sanitizers abo nase i-association seyibakhululile phindze futhi ke ngoba kuphindze sibhenwe ngekuthi asikalandzeli umthetho wahulumende lilahlele lishisako emhlane lelo ngeke phindze futhi sijabule ke noma sithokode ukuthi naku sesitholakele sendabungoti lobuthite si cricket we are a gentleman sport so and lady sport konke sikwenta ngebunono ka cricket ngicabanga ukuthi ke bantu emakhaya nebantwana batayilandzela yonke imigomo yahulumende naleta urolwa out ngiyo phela i-Cricket Association.
We are a gently and lady sport. Anyway, Dennis Maninga, thank you very much for the update. Next in line, Techball, as a new sport in town, 3 months down the line, they have also been given a green light. This is Nolo as also the Secretary General of the association, highlighting their views on their return.
Good evening. Firstly, as the Techball Eswatini Federation, we would like to thank the government for their leadership during this time, and of course to thank them for the decision they've made to resume non-contact and low-risk sports in the country, including Techball. We're very excited that we can resume, but of course we are going to take some time to ensure that we are adhering to all the infection prevention measures and all precautionary measures set forth by the government of Eswatini as well as FITEC, which is our international governing body. And as soon as we feel we have adhered and complied with all the regulations that have been placed, we will notify the public once we start resuming activity. So unfortunately, COVID hit us as we were actually unrolling most of our activities. But the one big activity that we will start with, once of course we've all been trained in infection prevention, is the Tech Sundays, which is a session on Sunday afternoon where 1 or 2 guests are invited to try out Techball within the vicinity of the Techball Eswatini premises. So as soon as the Techball Eswatini Federation has sorted out the infection prevention protocols, the public will be notified and the media will be notified when we will start running with that Tech Sunday program.
Thank you very much, Nolwazi Ngwanyama, of course, the Secretary General of the Techball Association. I mean, overview of the reactions we just got from the associations who spoke. So I'm sure there are about 5 tennis, cricket, pool, Techball, golf, of course. Those are the associations which said, but I think there's something they have in common. They are still to meet who decide. I think the decision now ibathathe by surprise. It's a positive one, but ibathathe by surprise. They knew their sport. All of them knew there were sports with that contact, match contact, but kubathathe by surprise.
Fabrice ukhuluma ngema sports lang 5 ngicaba ukuthi uyasho ukuthi bathathe by surprise but bonke bajabulile 3 wawo already banemalungiselelo ukhuluma ngegolf bayakhuluma ukuthi embabane club batabe bafumigate even nale storeroom la hlala khona le equipment yabo bangete nemasink which is a good thing. Ukhuluma ngetennis ukhulumile president wa association ukuthi already ama clubs lama teams bawatshilile ukuthi awatilungiselele awaqale kujima lengicabanga ukuthi nakhona kumele ukuthi babe careful kakhulu kulamaqembu lengicabanga ukuthi kumele bamonitor laba association ukuthi nangabe bajima lama teams akukho lokusonzelana before lama trainings lengicabanga ukuthi ba professional batakwenda lokho base soyabuya ke Nolwazi Ngwenya.
Maybe just to catch you, Master, before you go to Nolwazi, tennis, rumor has it, not rumor per se, but they have got one of the biggest events in August. That is the AGM where there will be elections. When you talk about elections, chances are the current executive, headed by the likes of course, Maxwell Jelly, the president, Ngabam Kalipi, some of the key people in there. How do you think they've been running so far? In your opinion, do you think maybe if we get a new committee or executive committee, we might be challenged? How do you think about their job so far?
Fabrice, pictures don't lie. Nangikhuluma ngaloko letithombe lesitibonako la ngile nkundla labadlalela kuyo lapha kalobamba. Lengicabanga ukuthi ibe khona kule 10 yabo. Lengicabanga ukuthi basebente kakhulu Maxwell because ihedwa nguye vele now president umholi. Ngicabanga ukuthi bende izinto letinhle kakhulu Fabrice. Umsebenzi uyabonakala semaningi lama tennis courts bathole ne sponsor, technical sponsor lokuyi building society. I-league iyachubeka iyarana ema teams uyabona ukuthi akhona cishe le structure uyasibona sikhona lengicabanga ukuthi le committee lekhona nyalo yendo umsebenzi lomhla kakhulu.
And of course for the viewers are still allowed to join us for interaction. Now you were talking about Techball. I think my next line question is to say we heard about Techball in the country about 3 to 4 months ago. Then they didn't get a chance to present to the country what they're all about because they came at the time when there's COVID. But now they've been given a green light as well as a sport without a contact. What do you think maybe played a key role to realize that Techball also can be a sport without so much threat to spread COVID?
No buka i-Techball Fabrice cishe sport process fine ne tennis because ne tennis iyachelelwana nidlale lo mnyamshiya loya nala ka Techball
but ngibona abomsibi nabo bayitsinza they are holding their hands and it's coming from parties where it's going to Mr. Not if I'm not mistaken
Fabrice ngicabanga ukuthi onke lama precautions batawalandzela because babekile ngivile itolo ukuthi babane meeting yokusho ukuthi going forward batawenda in and already bese bacalile ku deliver lamatafula ngicabanga ukuthi nale program leyo batawuchubeka nayo batawuzama basanitize le bhola even nalama players konke nekucheckwa kuma temperatures ushilo ke ngivile Nolwazi athi nakhona baseta discuss ukuthi nakubuya lama Sunday because ngama Sundays lapha nje bekudlalwa ngeSunday baba invite cishe the prominence ukuthi bethe batodlala nakhona kuseta uhlala phansi ukubuka leli uhlalo ukuthi lusebenta kanjani. Ngicabanga ukuthi lo 3 ma sports kulo 5 wona cishe bahlangene bakhuluma lo sikuta uchubeka ini going forward. Ukhuluma ngegolf sivile captain wasembabane club, ukhuluma ngetennis simvile president samuva secretary general wa Techball.
Paul Muntu Dlamini is a very detailed man. He highlighted all the things they singasho ukuthi bata as an organization and nalokuthi kuletinye things watifaka khathi bonjeni bekudlarwa very prior to the COVID. I-pool master like sasho here in the studio most of the time singasebenzisa igama ukuthi bani bayithanza ukuyitfola nayidlalwa eTrollen nyalo tinza ukuthi jabulisa tavalo This is their chance to show us.
Fabrice, this is the right time ukuprove kuyo ipool ukuthi kahle kahle abadlali etindzaweni tekuthengisatshwala kuphela. Ngicabanga ukuthi kudinga ukuthi bona basukume ngasho even na last time ngathi as an association kudinga ukuthi babe netindzawo labatati owner bona babeke lamatafula abo angathindwa ngilomnye umuntu kudlale nje lama leagues abo kuphela. Ngicabanga ukuthi nawubuka ukuthi le league ukhulumile naye umuntu udlamini ukuthi babe umuntu udlamini ukuthi Manzini iregional Manzini neyaselibonjeni already lama league bekachubeka. Ngicabanga ukuthi they are on the right track nawubuka lama league ukuthi ayadlala but inyalo sekudinga ukuthi babe naletinzawo tabo kungabi ngiletindzawo tekuthengisa emanzamponjwana kuphela.
Cricket, last in line before we conclude the program, Master. What do you think? Cricket, I think Nabo, they are a sport. We've seen how they stand and all the distance. I think you mentioned Gusi Lemvrenga Bingoting the ball.
Yes, for President Kabanso Shiluna Delisa Malinga, Vice President of Cricket Association, Gutsi Baseto Shangana by Association, Babuga going forward Gutsi. Wapins or twice again, Chabli Logutso, twice Logutsi, Gunana Batala Bavam, Sekukula Bamvana Babu, Gutsi Bahambe by Tichima, Linkabauti Nyalo, Asabamelila Association. Tabe sekuphumakule association ukuthi ngutiphi indlela letikahle labangatilandzela ukuthi bantwana babo sebangahamba bayodlala.
Now, you are a viewer, you are a lover of sport, and you also asking the same question that I'm asking myself. What's next for the remaining sporting courts? Football, netball, basketball, football, there is a specific maybe time for that way we can highlight this. But Master, before we conclude, we're not mentioning anything but
la khasi satawuhlala Fabrice angifuna icambe manga bomakhelwane sivile 2 hours ago bekamemetela chairman wakhona eSouth Africa
awusithinza kancane nje 30
ukuthi
seconds
iyabuya league yase South Africa but la khaya siseta kuma seva ukuthi kuseta ukumenyetelwa ngathi end of August ukuthi ibuya nini ileague.
Gauteng has been chosen as a city, as a province to play the games, of course, the remaining of games. 14 training facilities, 11 stadiums for both the National First Division and the Premier League. Of course, thank you very much, Lamin, for being with us today. And it was a pleasure being with you. What a show it was. There you have it. When you are next to him, you can never go wrong. He has the details pertaining to what's happening with the sporting courts. Those are the sporting courts that have been given a green light. Officially, they were, meant to start today. Some have started. For them, speaking publicly was one way to say they have started their duties, of course, to how they are going to go about the sporting courts. Otherwise, this is Eswatini TV Sports. We will keep a close eye to what's happening with those sporting courts. Have they started? And what are they doing training? Are they following the precautions and the regulations? Having, of course, Sport Council mentioned that they're going to, they're going to be very, very tight on those sporting courts. And of course, to just give you an update, Eswatini Sport Council will be here in the studio next Monday to give us some of these precautions they're expecting from the associations. Otherwise, for you, the viewer, who was part of this, program, of course, by watching us wherever you are, live on Skuja and all the details, we say thank you very much for being part of this program. For the entire program, of course, my colleague Linda Lamine and the other officials within the studio that brought you this program, we say Eswatini TV Sports. Silvia Ragamnons.